Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to I'll never do this Indie Loves live chat on my main page this good Saturday evening. How is everyone doing?
I'm good.
Doing great.
Doing good.
So I have the ladies from the Billionaire. Tell me if I'm saying it wrong. Billionaire Baby Series. I read this series and instantly fell in love with every last one of the stories. Let me get the comments going. Every last one of the stories, and I was like, just devoured them all, like back to back to back. I think when I finally got into them, all of them were out. I didn't have to wait, so I was able to jump from one to the next, to the next, to the next. Don't ask me which one I read first because I don't remember. I just know I got into it and was telling everybody I know, was like, because I have a book club too. Y'all need to read this book. We need to do this whole series for for the book. But we on this kick of doing everybody that's gonna be part of Indie Love for next year. So we're reading everybody's books. So they like, we gotta wait. Like, we ain't gotta wait. We can go in and dive in on all of them. So I'm gonna just jump right in. Let me just have everybody kind of introduce themselves. From my screen, I can see Iesha first, then Kimberly, then Monica, then Kay, then C. So go ahead, Iesha. Go ahead and try to give yourself a little intro.
Okay. Well, I'm Iesha. I write romance, fantasy. A lot of people know me for being a cover designer as well. I'm gonna think about what some real good stuff to say. A lot of books that I guess some of the main series that people would know me for is my Strummed and Heated series. So if you've read any of those, I guess that's where you can recognize me from.
Miss Kimberly.
I am Kimberly Brown. I write mostly contemporary romance, women's fiction, and I dabble with erotica. You probably mostly know me from my most recent series, which is the Jarreau series. So we're trying to wrap that up, but get into it.
Miss Monica.
Hello, everybody. I'm Monica Walters. I write romance, what I call contemporary erotica, because, I got a splash of contemporary, urban, and erotica all in one story for you. And I'm also known for my countryhood love stories and for the B-Rot family series.
Is that how you say it? I'll be saying it all wrong. Oh,
Yes,
baby.
B-Rot.
Ooh, okay.
What was I saying? How was I pronouncing that?
I know I was chopping it up. Miss K.
I am Shanee. I don't even know what you all would probably most know me for, but I write Black romance, happily ever afters. I would say my most popular book is probably Conflicted Heart, which just came out on audiobook and is doing pretty well. And that's about it. I'm with Be Love Publications.
Miss C.
Hey everybody, so my real name's Chastity, but I go by C Monet. I write romance, urban romance. I've written interracial romance before. I don't really know what book y'all would know me by. I had to say what my favorite book is, and that maybe I push all the time would probably be Not Your Forever. It's kind of like a Black version of Virgin River a little bit. So that's possibly where you could know me from. I don't know. But that's me.
Awesome. And I'm just indie love. That's all I'm gonna say. That's it. I'm here to moderate and talk about this series because I truly did enjoy it. So I'm gonna jump right in. Just tell me, whose idea was it? Who brought this to the table? Everybody's pointing.
We all point at Iesha. That's who we pointing at. We pointing at Iesha. I don't know where she is to everybody, but we pointing at Iesha.
Okay, I did come up with it. But the thing is with me is that I my mind just be running all the time. So when the idea came to me, I obviously have a connection with all these ladies. So I'm like, how can I, I was like, I wanted to do it. I called Chastity first because me and her, that's just what we do. Either I'm talking to Chastity or I'm talking to Kimberly, I'm talking to Monica, I'm talking to somebody, okay? But this time it happened to be Chastity. And I told her, I said, hey girl, I said, I really got an idea. I think it'll be fun. I made a post on Twitter, and on Twitter, I had made this whole scenario about a secret baby and a billionaire or whatever. And somebody was like, "This seemed real specific. Where the book at?" And I'm like, "Y'all, I was just trying to see if y'all like secret babies and billionaire books." And it was a lot of people who liked it. So I came to Chastity with the idea, and I was like, "You think everybody would do it?" And I was like, "If I do the covers, if I format it, and all y'all got to do is pay for your edits, you know." Would they do it? And she was like, I don't see why not. So I reached out to Kimberly, I reached out to Monica, I reached out to Kay, and Chastity. No, I get her to do at least one book a year because my girl be doing her VA stuff. She be busy, but I make sure she write once a year, and that's why I was like, "You're doing it too." I didn't even give her an option. She was doing the the series without her opinion, but everybody else had an opinion. They had a choice.
And did anybody be like, I don't know, let me think
No,
about it, or you were just in from jump?
we were
I just
all
In
in.
from
I
jump.
made a group and I threw some covers in there. I said, "What y'all think? We doing
We
it?"
were all in.
And that
That's
was it.
that's great because I always talk about how you need a tribe in this community. Um, and when five Black women can come together and write a story, different story, and togetherness is cohesive. Is I ain't gonna lie, the only person who threw me off, you already know, it was Monica, because Monica went straight. I was just like, Monica went straight hood, like all the way,
Yeah.
gangster love. I was just like this. I was like, nobody but Monica would, and can get away with it. On top of that,
Well,
She
I used Letitia Burns as my character inspiration, and she's not only an editor, but she's known for urban fiction. So
hmm
I'm like, okay, the book got to be a little on the hood side, a little bit, if I'm gonna use her. So that's how we ended up there.
hey, I ain't complaining. Trust me, I am not complaining. So did you all discuss the storylines ahead of time, or was it just this is the premise, go for what you know?
So I just kind of told them, I was like, "Hey, all you have to do," all I said was the only stipulation for the series was you had to have one billionaire and a secret baby. I didn't want control over nobody's storyline. None of us needed to connect storylines. That make it a little more difficult just because everybody living their own lives. We don't got time to sit down with each other and be trying to make sure this person ain't messing up this person's character. No. I said, make one secret baby, have a secret baby. Anybody can be the billionaire, which, as you seen, two of us had female billionaires, and how some of us had different spins on secret babies where it wasn't the woman with the secret
Right.
baby. Like, everybody just did their own little spin on it. But that was the only thing. I did not say anything about storylines, but we did when we got in the group chat start telling each other about our ideas. We just would just run it down. I'm doing it this way. I'm doing it that way. And then at that point, you like, dang, I can't put out no trash story. These people over here, they going off in this chat. Let me go back and read, go back to the drawing board. I want to make sure it's right. Because I tell you, I worked Chastity nerve about mine. I'm like, you like this? we was on the
My
phone
husband
all
was like,
day.
"You and Iesha need to do. You tell Iesha you got to go to bed." I was on the phone all night, all day. He's like,
Jacob
"Tell
was
Iesha you
fit to
got to go
be
to bed."
tired. He was fit to be tired with me. He said, "Hey, tell her you got a bedtime." But it worked out. It was no stipulations.
Okay, okay. So tell me, whoever would like to go first, just kind of give us a breakdown of your story, your idea, who your characters were, and yeah, a breakdown and where did it come from? I mean, Monica already said her inspiration, but whoever would like to go first, I can go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Go to Monica.
I guess
So
I can start if you
Okay.
want. My like Iesha said, she asked me, and I was like, of course, there's especially when I saw who the people were, I was like, I would be a fool not to do this with them. Um, so I knew right away that I wanted my woman to be the billionaire, but the rest of the story just kind of came, just kind of came along. As she said, we were posting kind of our ideas and different things in the chat. I tried to focus my books on like even though my men tend to have hood tendencies, I try to focus my books on like the positive aspects of Black people and Black love. As much as I read urban romance, I don't know if I'll be good at writing it. So I
What,
try to.
what's what's I have to cut you off, but what was your title and who are your main characters?
Mine was impromptu dates,
Okay.
and the main characters was Camille and Kasim. So Camille owned like a kind of like a human resources company with with her partner, and then Kasim, although he wasn't a billionaire, he was comfortable with his financial lifestyle or whatever, and he owned a escort service.
Mm-hmm.
He used to be in the streets. Now I'll do a used to be in the streets, brother, real quick. They be reformed hood niggas. But I don't be. I be like thinking. I feel like I think too much to do extreme urban because I feel
Mm-hmm.
like okay, so if they like shoot that person, where are the police? Like, did anybody see? Did they have cameras? So I'm too busy trying to figure out how they gonna get out of it to write it. So I'm like, let me just let me just stay on this side of the law. But I love reading over romance. So both of my characters were, fairly successful. They had a good family unit, so I always try to kind of keep family in there. If both of the characters don't have a good support system in their family, at least one of them probably does. And yeah, that's just kind of it. Just kind of rolled. It came out, pretty good, I think, and it just kind of
Yeah, you threw the ratchet cousins in
yeah,
there.
yes,
You know, you had her running. The minute the police showed up, you had her.
yeah.
I'm
She was
sorry if
like,
I
I'm
drop
out.
spoilers. I'm sorry.
No,
That's just what I do sometimes.
look, I got too much at stake. I'm not about to stick around for this. I don't know what you into,
I ain't
but
even
I'm
gonna
not.
lie. I was mad. I was like, girl, girl, this man done dropped good deal on you for 2 damn weeks. And you just gonna be like, I'm
I know.
out. No questions asked, no
And I
nothing.
knew the readers was gonna be looking at me sideways, like, why you have her? Because she was real. She was not a ride or die.
No,
She was like,
at
I'm
all.
not riding or dying. I'm out.
Look, that sound like me. Like, nah, bro. I'm sorry. I
Hmm.
don't do visits. I don't put money on books. I don't do. That ain't my storyline.
Right.
Okay. I'm just gonna pop, and I'm gonna just say this. I said this earlier. That out of the five, two other authors was new. K was new to me, and C was new to me, and I loved both stories. So I'm gonna jump to
Thank you.
C Monet.
So, um, I
Tell me the
had
title.
the
Tell me the title of
yeah,
your main
I
character
had
first.
the I had the devious date, and that was one of the things that Iesha also forgot to mention was a part of the stipulation too. There had to be a date. The title had to have the date in it. So I did the devious date, and my idea came from um, Nelly and Ashanti getting back together, like that spin the block type of vibe. Um,
Okay.
so like so at during that time when they were out and even when they were not together but they were out, that was like my era of music, right? So to see them back together spinning the block and it's kind of working out, I was like, okay, I think I want to do something like a little bit of where they already know each other, but it's been a long time since they've been around each other or seen each other. So that's kind of where I came from with the idea for Lettucey and a Dallas. That's how you say his name. I don't know if anybody was like, how do you say his name? So of course, Lettucey, I love her music, so I've been wanting to use her name for a while, but I don't write as often as I used to. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to go ahead and use it. And of course, a Dallas, I don't know, I enjoyed writing a story about spinning the block and kind of connecting back to it. Um, yeah, and Adalis was the billionaire. Although Lettucey, she wasn't, some girl working at Burger King or anything. She had her own money too. She had her own vibe. But he was the billionaire. I don't know. It's easier for me sometimes to write the male characters than it is for the female. So I get to, do a little bit more with them.
Okay. Kimberly.
So I had the expiration date. The title actually came from a song title by Sammy. Since we had to do the whole having date in the title, Audrey is a serial monogamous, so she kind of just goes from relationship to relationship, um, without much of a breather, and she's always looking for red flags. So that's where her friends have dubbed her ritual of breaking up with men as the expiration date. So basically, your time is up. So that's kind of where the concept of the title came in. Um, but Sully was his family owns a coffee bean company, so it was, I guess, like a play on Starbucks, like a big coffee bean company. And Audrey was a professional crafter, so that was kind of just a little background on them. Um,
She was definitely a serial dater. I was just like,
she
what is this
was
girl doing?
she was a walking red flag herself, though.
Audrey had
Okay.
audacity for real. No, she did. She really had audacity for real.
She did
A whole lot.
a
A
A
whole
lot
lot
of
of
it,
whole
it.
lot.
a lot of it.
Miss Monica.
Oh, my book title was It's Just a Date. And the title actually came from because my female character is a single mother. She's the billionaire. And the guy is not wealthy. He's not well off. Actually, he's an ex con, going back to school, trying to get on his feet the legit way. And she's also 10 years older than him. So, in order to pump herself up to even go on a date, she kept saying to herself, it's just a date. It's just a date. So, that's where the book title came from. But Letitia is a single mother of three kids. She's a divorcee. She's also in a relationship when the book starts, a struggling relationship. And she ends up meeting Dallas at a cafe that she actually part owns. Her dad had mafia ties or whatever, not mafia. I don't want what I said in the book, but her dad had those type of ties, which is how she ends up being the billionaire. She kind of is the heir of his position in the company, and it's because he was killed. So yeah, so she lands this guy. Well, she wasn't trying to land him. She was just going, you know, and it ended up being a little bit more than what she expected. So
Hell, it was more than what he expected.
more than what he expected, but he knew he wanted more than just that with her. My men tend to always kind of know what they want, um, because I like writing strong men, but men with BDE too. So he always knew, like, hey, I want her. You know, he knew her. He knew he wanted her before she knew she wanted him. So
Okay. I got some comments on Monica.
yeah, a
Comments on
lot of pum
everybody.
pum pum going on too.
Mm-hmm. Aisha.
My title was The Due Date, and I had Zane and Arian. Um, Arian was just a girl who was very sheltered, extremely sheltered, hadn't really experienced, didn't really have friends like that. She was just hyper focused on kind of like getting herself to where she wanted to be, kind of trying to follow the map work, the plan that her parents gave her. And Zane was the billionaire. It was just easier for me to do it that way. I preferred to be him as the billionaire, and I just wanted to show. I love like a workplace kind of romance. I just thought that was cute. I love workplace romances. And with them, they kind of, she really was treating him a little bit more like a one night stand, more than he wanted to be treated like a one night stand. He was not really for it. For him, his feelings was beyond hurt. My girl left him a note and everything and told him thank you because she didn't know what to do. Like, I mean, what do you do if you ain't never had a one night stand before? Do you just leave? She didn't know. She didn't know what the protocol was. girl don't even got friends that would tell her what you supposed to do if you do this. So for her, when she seen him again, at first she thought he was being funny, but obviously there's a twist on that. She thought he was being funny, and at first she like, okay, well, don't worry about it.
I did too. I was like, what's wrong with this? What is happening here? But
Well, she
okay.
thought he was being funny at first. Like, okay, I gave you something special, but I did leave, so I'm gonna leave it be. And for her, it was supposed to be like her thing of independence, her first step out into the world as an adult. She was getting into a job she wanted to be in and everything. She didn't expect to see this man again. And with that being the case, it was just so much going on. That story was just beautiful to me. I loved it.
A lot. Okay, so my next question is, what is your favorite scene, or what was, there's two parts. Did you have a favorite scene, or did you have a difficult scene that was hard to write? What was your favorite scene that made you just be like, yes, this is gonna take this book over the top? Or my fans are gonna be mad as hell when they get to this part. Because I can tell you right now what Monica's made me mad when the godfather, uncle, whoever that ninja was, slapped her. I was done. There was no coming back for him, for me, at that point there. So and I have some other ones too. When Aisha's, when she kissed him or they hugged or whatever, and he was just like, but we know the twist on that, and was treating her funky, and I was just like, the hell is going on? Some books will make me be like, you know what, I can't do this right now. I'm put it down. I'll be back because I'm mad.
Yeah. I know for me, a scene that I really liked but was also hard was when Zane pulled up on her parents. I feel like that part was hard for me to write, but it also felt good for me to write because I wanted to make sure that it was clear that although the actions that Zane was taking, it seemed like he was very like not giving her options on what he was doing, but it was because he was very protective. At that point, it was ain't nobody looking out for her. So I'm about to look out for her and my child. Like, I'm looking out. Don't worry about it. And he could tell it was bothering her the way her parents was doing her. And for him, he like, you know what? If y'all gonna be mad at anybody, be mad with me, not her. So I loved him pulling up on them and letting them know what was up. But then again, I hated the way things still ended up turning out because it didn't get better. And a lot of people was mad with me in my reviews about that. Like, did her and her father ever make up? And da-da-da. That's life. People don't always make up.
Some people have trash ass parents. Some people do.
Because sometimes with older people, like with men, sometimes if they feel like you're not taking the road that they say is the good road, ego can step in sometimes and they can't be wrong. Being wrong is just not an option. And for him, it don't matter how good this look that you just somehow won up and got yourself a billionaire. That's 1 in a million chance. Like, you know what I mean? He could have been a bum on the street. So what I say is still right. Like, I don't care that you ended up with a man that got a ton of money and can take care of you and these kids. What if you didn't? I would have been right then. Only reason I'm not right is because he got money. Like, so for him, it was that extent. It was like,
setting his ways.
Right. Yeah.
Old man setting his ways. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Kimberly, did you have a favorite scene or a scene that was like, oh my God?
I think my favorite scene was probably when they were at the doctor's office and he found out about the baby. I felt like she needed to be humbled a little bit, but at the same time, I kind of felt bad for her because he really embarrassed her by acting out like that in front of everybody.
He showed his ass. He did.
He did. But I felt like it was warranted because she
was
hit
entitled.
a
He was entitled to as well. He was entitled to. Yeah. Kay, did you have one?
I think my favorite scene probably was when he found out. Well, first of all, at his big age, he went and snitched on her to her parents to tell her to be like, "Oh, she's pregnant and she's not gonna want to have my baby." But the part when they were at the hospital and she tried to kind of say something, he was like, "I don't give a damn how much money you got. You're not about to run this. Like, never. I might not never have as much money as you, but you still don't run shit. So So let's just be clear on that. I think the hard part, or the hard thing to write, was the way that she left him and how he was hurt, but he had too much pride to really like go after her. And he basically was like, if she could just dismiss me like this without a conversation or anything, then she must not, like me as much as I thought she did. So that was kind of like, dang.
See, how about you?
So I guess my favorite part and the part that I didn't like really writing that much are probably kind of one and the same. It have to be, as far as the one that was harder to write, is the one where she was having the conversation with her father. When he was, kind of trying to tell her to, forget about Dallas. This isn't a good idea. But at the same time, my favorite part to write was probably when he just showed up at the dad's house and like kind of laid it out there, like, listen, this is what it is. This is how it's gonna be. And you, more than anybody, should probably just chill out, because you're the reason why we even having to have this conversation in the first place. So that's probably, my favorite part of him being able to kind of share his truth as well, and not kind of take the fall for what happened between them, because this really wasn't completely all of his fault. So that have to be my favorite part. And the least is her being upset with her dad.
Them parent dynamics be something else sometimes.
Facts.
They be rough. They be rough. What about you, Miss Monica?
I don't know. The hardest part was just the keeping a baby a secret in itself, because I wanted her to tell him. I mean, she's big grown, so I wanted her to find a way to tell him, even though she did kind of try to see him or whatever, but she had some extenuating circumstances, that kept her from, just being there. But yeah, I just wanted her to tell him. That was the hardest part, trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to spend this at her big age, keeping the baby a secret? So that was the hardest part for me to write. I'm trying to think of what the favorite scene was. I mean, y'all know what I like to write. My favorite parts are either the arguments or the
What comes
sex
after the
scenes.
arguments?
The makeup. So I think one of my favorite parts was that scene before the kind of split up. I'm trying to think. She had gone to see him. He was off work that day and had just gotten out of school, and she was there waiting on him or at his door or whatever. And that scene was just like take a cigarette break afterwards type of scene. So I think that was my favorite.
So would you guys do another series, or is there another series in the works? Or is that just too much information?
I wouldn't mind doing another one.
Iesha must got something up her sleeve the way she's giggling. I mean, like, is it a continuation?
I'll be like, we've talked about, because at some point, all of us have been with BLP, right? So I think me, Monica, and Kay kind of all came in together. I feel like our first releases under BLP were like right after one another. So a lot of us were already with, have worked with each other or been around each other. Me and Iesha have done a book together, right? So it just, we have good vibes. We, help each other out. Every last one of us helped somebody do something in our chat or just in real life. I mean, Monica helped edit Kay's book, you know what I mean? So we could keep this going and it can all come together. Again, Iesha did the covers. Kim helped out with synopsis. Like, everybody had a part in it, right? Everybody, and we would be able to do that again because we actually like each other. We actually like each other. We like each other's work. If Iesha's gonna pull it together, she's not gonna let up until we say yes. So to be honest with you, she's probably got 3 collabs. The cover's already done for these collabs. Our names on it, although we don't even know what it's about, nor have we agreed. But that's just how she is, and that's how she's like the little sister of the tribe. You do what she says, period. Like, that's how she is.
But don't believe everything you hear.
The bossy little sister.
Y'all
am
gonna
I
do
lying
this.
though? So yes, I think we would if it came to it, yeah, we would do one. I'd be down.
Okay, and I should have asked this question first. Would there be any? Because in my mind, I could see a spinoff of each story, like the brother. Y'all shaking your head. I see head shaking. Like, don't even ask. No, there's no spin. Like, dang.
I'm
I did
doing a spinoff.
exactly like
Are
it
you
was.
okay?
I am.
I try not
I'm
to.
doing a spinoff with Emmanuel.
Yeah, Kimberly already said she was
Yeah,
doing.
she's good.
Yeah, and I
She's
be
good.
trying to write in such a way that the readers don't ask for a spinoff.
They
Girl,
still ask.
bye. They
Because
gonna
They're gonna
all.
ask
It don't.
regardless.
That's
They gonna always ask for a
it's like
spinoff.
I don't want the
They want.
characters. I don't want the
It could be
characters.
somebody that had one line, one scene, and they like, well, what about? I'm
What
saying they like it
about?
ain't me. Like it ain't me. What about
I
so
feel
and
like
so?
they had
Because
chemistry. Girl, they went for coffee one time. They didn't have no chemistry.
at all. Listen, let me tell you
Right.
something. Somebody asked me, and I'm like, I specifically made sure that his brother was married with kids, everything. There's nobody, and he didn't even have no friends. I didn't even get that man a friend because I was like, I don't want nobody to say, "Hey, is he gonna get a book?" No, this is it. She ain't got no friends like that.
That
no,
don't
she
mean
don't
you
have no
can't do a
friends. Because the
spinoff.
friends she thought she had, I was like,
Trifling.
well, he made them disappear. Well,
Yeah, they
they
gone.
went away somewhere.
They somewhere. You know, people with money can make stuff like that happen. They somewhere. I don't know where they at. But no, I absolutely not. That's it. I like that book the way it is. It don't need another. I'm glad Kimberly gonna do one though.
Right.
Monica, a spinoff queen. So
But
Indeed.
I don't want to make promises and say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do one," and then it don't happen. So if it happened, it'll just pop up. Siobhan and I didn't forgot what his homeboy name was. Um, but yeah, them. Her friend Siobhan. I know it looks like Siobhan, but it's Siobhan.
Mhm.
okay,
I put the
okay.
pronunciation at the beginning for those who haven't read the author's note at the beginning. But I can't remember his name. But anyway, he was his tutor.
Right.
Yeah, so if there's a spinoff, it'll be them.
She said,
If.
Somebody said the
the twin
twin
needed a
needs a book.
Ooh.
Huh?
What
What
did
is?
I
Hold on.
say?
I can't see that.
Oh,
It
that
says
was
twin needs a book. So if
Oh,
you
that's
read, you
Aisha.
know who
That was like,
twin
that's Aisha. Didn't yours?
girl,
who
mine
twin
had
is.
twins, but this twin didn't need a book. He married and he in love. He locked in,
Yeah,
Yeah,
girl.
leave him alone. Cause I would just be I hate when authors go back and mess with a happily family. Like
They a
don't
whole family. That's why I even gave that man kids. He
Oh,
good.
I'll do it. I'll mess with a happy family.
We know.
you
that's
know,
real life though. But I mean, that's real life. That's
We
real life.
know.
we know, we know, we
I
know.
cannot be doing that.
I'm not
You know,
gonna
I
say
think
who I'm not gonna say who the author is. It's none of y'all,
Mhm.
but like wrote a whole series. I from this book to this book to this book to this book, and it was fabulous. And then came back years later and caused havoc in um each one of their lives. And I was like, and I ain't even gonna lie, I'm like, I'm done. I can't. I'm mad.
Get
I'm
it.
mad at you. I'm mad at what you did to them people. I was basically like, F with them other people. Like, what happened to some leak? You made them have a happily ever after like 2 or 3 books. Like it was a series in each story, and then you came back and messed with them. I was mad. I was mad. I'm that reader that be like, I'm not reading nothing else you write. No, not for real. But I just was like, I'm irritated that you
yeah, it sounds like Cameron to me. That's a little bit how Cameron was for me. Like we got all like, and it just I was like, wait, whoa. Sis was supposed to like have her like set. Why are we doing this right now?
Yeah, I can't participate in those types of activities. When they in love and they got a family, we gonna leave them where they at. They happy. I'm so happy for y'all.
Yeah, spinoffs are hard though. Like spinoffs
Yeah,
are hard because
very.
you've got to go back and you don't want to be
Refresh your memory.
repetitive, but you also need to refresh the memory. You also like it. Spinoffs are not easy. I really wish it was as easy to just, oh, I'm just going to start writing their story. But you've got to fact check your own work. You've got to go back and forth. It's not easy to do.
It
It
most
takes a
definitely
long time.
isn't. It most definitely isn't. But I prefer spinoffs more than cliffhanger part twos because I'm not about to have these readers coming to my house
Yeah.
Trying to say, where is part two? Like if look, B told us a long time ago, if you're gonna do a series, part one and part two, before you put that first one out, the other one needs to
You need
be
to
at
have
least
some of
at
that
minimum
ready.
halfway done. I'm
Yep.
like, you know
Yep.
what? I'm gonna play these games with y'all. Y'all ain't getting no part two
Really?
with me.
Yeah.
I'm doing spin-offs if I'm gonna do anything. If not, we done with these people. If not, we done. Because I'm not gonna be harassed.
At all.
Now, one thing I do like about spinoffs is that at least I'm somewhat familiar with the characters already.
Yes.
So, I know part of them. I may not know the whole character, but I know part of them already. So the character development part is not as rough as it would be for two brand new people.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
that's what I do like about the spinoffs.
That's true.
That's true. That's true. Because it's hard to start a whole new set of people. I ain't gonna lie, it's driving me freaking crazy right now.
Ooh.
Very much so. Do you find that when life comes at you, it's hard to write, or is that easier to write? Like, we interviewed Nina a couple not too long ago, and she said she writes her best when things are like chaotic and going on in her life. She writes, she knocks it out the park. And then there's other people that's like, no, life has to be going smooth, and I can, develop and have time to go into it. Which works best for you, or is it just I could just sit down and write? Like I know Monica could just sit down and write. She blows me away. She could just do her thing.
Well, I thought I was that way until this last happening with my dad.
Okay.
It's been tough,
Hmm.
and especially since the book that I'm writing now has a lot of true events. So it's like it's making me slow down a lot more than what I normally do.
Hmm.
So it's like I didn't even write in it this week. So before that though, I'd be like, yeah, I could write through anything. Not this.
You
So
entitled.
huh?
I said you entitled to that though. That
Exactly.
you are
Yeah.
very
So
entitled to that.
it's been rough trying to write through it. So in the meantime, I just been re-editing old books just till I can get that, which I'm just about halfway through the book. But I just have to take a break from it and then go back. So yeah, it's been rough writing through this. But anything else, I mean, I'm laying in the doggone hospital bed writing. So those things were easier for me. So I thought I could write through anything.
Yeah, I
What?
was actually was dealing with something when we were writing this, which is why my book didn't come out till September. And I was flowing, and then the situation came up. So I wouldn't say that I couldn't write, but the flow, like, because I free write, so I don't have an outline to what's going to happen next and next and next. I just sit and whatever comes to me comes to me. So my issue wasn't necessarily the writing. I had the ideas coming in pieces, but they weren't flowing as they normally would. And I just really don't have a lot of time because I'm a teacher and I got to teach these people's kids, and I teach a different grade this year than I typically teach. And if I blink, the whole building is going to be on fire. So whereas I could write at work while the kids were working on something, these kids, if I blink, we all gone.
Why I feel you, because I teach third grade, and last year I was special ed and I was one on one, and he was a kindergarten, and it was easy, and I could do my thing and here do this, and
Mm-hmm.
and year before that I was co-teaching with somebody, and she was in school, and we had a pattern going on,
Mm-hmm.
baby. Let me tell you, when it was her turn to teach, I could go in my corner and do my thing.
Right.
And when it was my turn, she would go and do her thing. And now I'm in third grade, and they bad as
Yeah. Yeah,
what.
I went from high
And
school to sixth grade, and I'm like, these sixth graders. I was like, yeah, like literally, if I blink, somebody has somebody in a chokehold, and I'll be like, you know what, just kill them. You know
yeah,
what, go ahead. That's just one less of y'all I have to deal with.
Sabrina was in my comments talking about I could just see we took him to the High Museum. Why? I don't know. And I ended up with all boys, not even my kids, not even my students. Some kind of way, I ended up with somebody else's 11 boys. And it's like, how this happened? And Sabrina was like, I could just hear them jump up and they feet, them shoes screeching across that hardwood floor. I said, I gritted my teeth and was like, I wish you freaking would. You better act like you got some sense up in here. They're horrible. I'm not horrible. I shouldn't say that because I forgot we're not in my private group.
No, say it. Say it. I'll say it for you. I'll say it for you. They absolutely are. They
I mean,
absolutely
they're
are.
boys. Like,
They
Yeah.
absolutely
I
are.
really wish I could tell y'all it gets better. I've got a 16-year-old boy, and he stayed getting in trouble for horse playing. What is it? What is it?
See, you know what? I think I was blessed because mine is the only child. If you've ever been to Indie Love, you've seen him. He's a great. I
Mhm.
didn't. I had. I'm not gonna say we didn't have any issues, but for the most part, we didn't have a lot of issues. So I say I was blessed. I was worried about when he went to school, to college. I was like, this boy, he don't like to get up. He gonna flunk out because he gonna miss every class. But he shocked us and did his thing. But somebody was like, "Cause you a boy mom." The hell that got to do with it? It ain't got nothing to do with it. Nothing at all. These little jokers is just bad, bad little kids. Our next question is for Kimberly. You're almost like Monica can just. It seems like you dropping books every other week, or you got an arsenal. You got a journal. I mean, journals just stacked up. Like, how are you knocking out so many books so fast?
Um, well, I write every day, and I do have like either a journal or like a notepad with possible storylines. I have a notebook with character names and whatnot. Um, I free write, so just like Katrina. So I kind of just write whenever it comes to me, and I have a very vivid imagination, so it just kind of just works in my favor.
I free write too because I ain't got. I don't have outline
Mm-mm.
the first
I
and
I
can't
free
outline.
write too. I free
I
write too.
tried. It don't work
my
I
out.
tried. I
yeah
Yeah,
tried
my
one time
struggle.
and I got completely off task. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna put that aside and let the characters tell the
You,
story for
you know what?
themselves, and
I
I'll just
tried
write it
too.
out.
I tried one time, and I could probably take that outline right now and write a whole nother book because I don't know what. It's like I started off good, but by like the third or fourth chapter, I don't even know what I said. I wasted all my time on this outline that I
I
could have
That
don't
been
was
have
me.
actually
time for it.
writing the book. That
It
could be a
do
whole
take
nother book
a
at
lot.
this point because it's not even the same thing.
I
Outlining takes so
can.
much. It takes so much time, and by the time you get done and you get into it, your characters be like, "Girl, no, we ain't doing that.
Right.
Right.
That's
No,
exactly like
like let's
no.
move on. This is not what we doing. I don't know why you got that right on that paper. We not doing that. I do it all the time. Like so now, like what I do is like say if I'm writing a current chapter, I'll maybe try to get my thoughts out to what I want to visualize or what I want to say, and I'll write it because that's what I'm about to write because it didn't came in my mind. But that's the only way I can do it. I can't do it like from in advance because I've done that a couple times, and I just be like, "This ain't right." I feel like I can't write now. Like I think sometimes outlines make me not be able to write. It's like it mess with my creativity. Like I don't know what I'm doing, so I just stop.
Hmm.
It's
I
too
have
much.
some life issues going on with my mom, and so it's like I was telling Bailey. She asked me all the time, "Are you writing? Are you writing?" And I'd be like, "Girl, yeah, I am. I open it." I open it. I might drop one or two lines, but
Yeah.
it's
That's
hard.
right.
It's hard working a full-time job. Not just I don't work at a cutesy school with, the perfect little kids. I work in the hood. So between that, we are Abbott Elementary on steroids. I'll say that much. I say steroids, crack, heroin, the whole nine. That's what we are in that building. And then coming home being a part-time caregiver, it's my mind, but the funny thing is the story is still looping in my head, but when it's time to sit down and write, it's like I just don't have
You tired.
basically.
You tired. That's it. Some your mental capacity really controls all of that. Like for me, because I do two things that are very creative. I
Hmm.
do cover design and I do writing, and they both take the same amount of energy, creative wise. And also, one job take a little bit more patience because I have to be able to sit down, decipher what the client wants, and make it happen. And then after I get done trying to go through all that with my mind, then I have to sit down and sit behind the computer screen and get these characters together. Now I'm going through something with y'all. Can we act right? So I think that that's really what it is. Like I be exhausted. So that's why I was like, I told Chessie, I said, and Kimberly and all of them, I said, I'm taking 2 months off of this cover business. I'm only doing custom covers. I was like, because custom covers, I can schedule it because I have a time frame for those. So I was like, I could schedule my writing, I could do this because I want to write more. And let me tell you, that's one of the things that hold me up. So like usually that'll slow up my writing a little bit just because I'm exhausted. So I get that completely. By the end of the day, you think you finna sit in front of the computer because you've been thinking about your book all day. You get there and this is at the end of the day, you done did so much stuff and you just like, my brain is like, no, we going to go get in the bed and we about to go watch TV. We finna kick our feet up. We gonna probably eat a little bit of dinner. This is enough. We're done for today. So I get that completely.
It'll happen when it happen. I can't even stress it. I ain't gonna try to stress it. It is what it is. That's the
That's
bottom line.
why Aisha has to call me out of retirement once a year because
So really, just once a year. You're just writing once a year, one
so
book a year.
Used to be funny, but
sometimes I mean I have a pretty extensive catalog, and I mean
Okay.
I do. I've been writing since 2017, so I've got a pretty decent catalog. Um, but yeah, it is harder for me nowadays to write a little bit more. I work full time too. I'm also, a virtual assistant. Like I have my own business. So I do try to write. It just takes me a little bit longer now. But I'm also, you know, just taking my time. Like because I do believe when you are just writing because you just enjoy it and not writing it to make money, because just be honest, we write because we need the coins too, right? So it does become a little bit of a difference. You can take your time because your speed does not equate to what's going to be in your wallet, right? At some point, that is what we think about. And that to me is sometimes what it's so hard to write because you just do, it just becomes this thing that you do. Um, I do not wish to be a mini machine anymore. I want to be able to write, take my time, enjoy writing it, enjoy sending it, letting other people read. So for me, yeah, it seems like once a year I come out, I'll be working on something all year, and then hello, hey y'all, something Aisha need a cover. That's kind of how it is. So, but that's just how I operate now. But I don't. I write whenever I can, and if it happens to be or something I've worked on for 365 days, it is what it is. Hey y'all,
See, I'm trying to get like Monica and the newly retired. Kimberly just retired. I'm trying to get like them. I'm trying to write my way right on out this classroom because my patience level as a 49-year-old, I told them kids the other day, I am almost a half a century old. I don't have time for y'all. I be literally like, so I'm trying to write my way out. So I do feel the pressure. It hasn't gotten to a point where I don't enjoy it because I do. The stories are, they keep coming. Mine is literally the time. It's like I get, when I get home, I'm trying to get everything done so I could just shower and then go write for 3 hours because I can't write at work anymore. Like I was before. So mine is literally time. If I could, man,
Don't you hate that?
yes, I told my therapist, I said, maybe if I stop buying shoes because I promise you, y'all, I got some came yesterday. I said, you know what? I be spending like probably more than I know one pair costs $200. So if I stop getting one pair a month, that can go back into I keep thinking like, where can I fix some spending where we can kind of live off of less money? Because I'm trying to match my teacher income, but I've been teaching for 20 years. So to match that is a lot.
A lot, yeah.
So like right now, writing is a great part-time income. Like people like, dang, that's a good part, but it hasn't matched my full-time yet. So that's what I'm trying to get to that level.
So what do you guys have? Because I don't want to take up your Saturday evening. What are you working on next? I know Monica is, you know, you get a pass.
Well, I'm working. I've written half of the next Henderson book. So yes, I'm almost tired of the Hendersons. I don't want to say that
Why
because
would you?
then Storm gonna jump in my head
Why
and
would
be
you say
bullying me.
that? Why would you say something? I'm offended for him. I'm
Well,
offended for him, and I really
Well,
hope he comes.
I'm saying that because it's like, okay, it's only so much funny stuff I could think of, and it's like the next book I gotta come up with a new punchline for Storm because he gonna bully his way into every book, period. So it's
Mhm.
like he got to do something that's gonna top the last thing that he did, And it, I'm just like, I'm tired. Let me just start fresh. I want somebody new. So, but yeah, I'm doing the next Henderson story, and I'm sure it'll be another Henderson book after that, and after that one.
Hey, don't if it works, let it work. What are you working on, Miss Iesha?
I am working on my family series, the King Dynasty series. So I've dropped the cover reveal
Mm-hmm.
earlier this week. And it's gonna be 5 books so far. 5 books so far. There's a possible, but right now 5. Um 5 books, and it's about each sibling. They will be standalones. Like you don't have to read one book just to read the other. They'll all have an end. Like each book will have a happily ever after. The first book is almost done. I should be sending it to the editor on Monday. So that's what I'm working on this weekend, closing that book out, finishing, getting it done. Because Zeno and Ayasha they're a lot. And y'all are going to love them. Like the stuff that I have in store for this series and entirely my marketing for this story. I mean, for the whole series itself. I can't even talk to y'all too much about what I'm doing, but the stuff that I'm doing, nobody else has done. So be very clear on that. I know that nobody else has done it. And y'all, when you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But the series is so good. I really wanted to touch on my family dynamic because me and my people, we like this. Like, if I need something, I know I could call them. Kimberly said all the time, she be like, girl, can I borrow them? Can I get them for a second? Because my people, they have like there's like unconditional love. We love
Mm-hmm.
unconditionally to strangers. You could come to my house and they would treat you like they've known you all of your life. And that's just who we are. We've grown up like that. It's how I was raised. It's why sometimes Chastity be getting on me. She be like, listen, you can't do that. You can't say yes all the time. Or Monica will tell me, no, Who is it? No, tell them
Because
no.
I be wanting to know.
Who said that to you? No, do not let them do that.
Read this
No.
before I send it. No, send it.
They do it to me all the time, but it's how I grew up. I grew up like that. I grew up not worrying about how it can affect me in a sense. Like I'll be dead tired, and if somebody get in my inbox and say, "Hey, I'm having this problem. I can't get this done," I will stop what I'm doing and do what they need done. And I do it often, and I do it a lot. But it's just how I was raised. And in the book, I wanted to show a love and a family dynamic that's real like that, because some people don't get to experience it. So I wanted to bring them in, which is why it's 5. Because I did it based off of my aunts, uncles, and my mom. Now their personalities are in each of these characters, but that it's not them. And
Mm-hmm.
you get what I'm saying? Because obviously, how I'm writing sex scenes for them,
Mm-hmm.
but it's their personalities in a sense, and obviously the love dynamic. So I've been enjoying this first book. Y'all are going to love it. I mean, I'm excited. I can't wait for y'all to get it. It's coming out this month, so
Okay.
we'll see. Y'all love it.
Okay. Miss Kimberly, I know I just read the last Jarreau book. I know you have something new dropping. Um, so what's going on in your world?
I'm working on the final Jerome novel, which is Reese's book. And then I have 2 more wedding specials for them after that.
Oh, look,
I'm also
my mind
working.
was going. Wait a minute, that don't sound right. But okay, you said the wedding specials. Okay.
Yes. And then I'm working on Emmanuel's book. I actually started like handwriting that, so I'm trying to type it up so I can get finished with it. And I have an urban romance that I'm working on. Hopefully that doesn't turn into a series as well. I don't want it to be a series, but I feel like it's going to take on a mind of its own and do what it wants to do, and it could possibly be a series, but we'll see how that goes.
Okay. Okay. Miss Chastity.
I'm working on I'm halfway through, working on a sports romance. The female character, she plays golf, so it's going to be focusing really on her, as far as sports wise. Um, yeah, I'm hoping to be done with it by the end of this month so I can maybe release it on my birthday in December. But we will see. But yeah, I'm actually enjoying writing this one. It's slowly. I feel like it's a slow burn, which is something new for me. I'm an insta love type of girl. Like I don't need all of that 16. I don't know. I got married after 3 months. Like I don't need all of that. So it's a slower burn for me because it has, it's crossing a little bit of a professional line, so it's kind of slow. But yeah, I'm hoping that I can. So that'll be 2 books this year. Hang on, like that'll be 2 this year. So hang on. But yeah, I am working on it's right now. It's titled Tension, but I don't know if I'll keep that.
Okay. And Miss Kate, I didn't ask you what you was working on yet, right?
No.
Okay. Please tell us what you're working
Speaking
on.
of titles, I thought I had a title, but I just told my husband when we went to breakfast this morning, I'm like, I think I need to change the title of this book because it has gone in another direction. So yeah, Aisha, I'm gonna need probably that title. Yeah. um, no, I am working on it's kind of like a at one point the main characters were kind of like exclusively friends with benefits. So they weren't in a relationship, but they also weren't seeing other people, but they didn't have a title. He went his way, she went her way, and at some point they kind of reunited and kind of picked up where they left off. But he's kind of in a situation um, that he is having a hard time. He's having a hard time getting out of the situation. But they're obviously going to end up together. So I'm about 45K. I really thought the book was only going to be 45K. I don't know why these people are still running their mouths, but they're still talking. So I want to finish it this weekend, and hopefully put it out this month, but we shall see.
Awesome. I have really enjoyed talking to you, ladies. I'm gonna say it again. I enjoyed the series, the Billionaire Baby Romance series. I mean, if nobody else is gonna feed my need for more, thank you, Kimberly. Let me thank you in advance for feeding my need for more. Since the rest of y'all want to act like you can't, um, I'm speaking on behalf of all the readers that have read it. And it's like we need more, but I will look forward to whatever else you all put out. You do have my 100% support. And if I miss something, charge it to my brain and not my heart. I try to share and promote as much as I can, but sometimes life be lifing. It truly be lifing, and working full time, running a business, and trying to be, you know, a little Arthur. I be proud of my little, you know, 300. I'm proud. The book, and I'll say this about Aisha. Aisha is the best. I was in dire need of a cover designer, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do because mine just had a baby, and I ain't trying to bother her. And I just want you to know, Aisha, she was in her feelings a little bit too, talking about why you ain't asked me. I was like, Heifer, you just had a baby. What you mean why I ain't ask you? But I'm gonna just say this. I mean, if anybody is watching and you need a dynamic professional, somebody that's gonna sit down and talk to you, and like we sat on a Zoom and talked, and she asked for my ideas, what I was looking for, and it came out amazing. Um, so I shy away from promoting my stuff a little bit, but that
You
book
got to
was
promote yourself.
I know, but I have so much going on. Like indie love is a whole animal in itself, by
I'm ready.
itself.
I'm ready for indie love. The
I,
fact the fact that you got Nina to come, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I have my own table, but I'm really gonna be at that table real bad because I read her book at least once a month. I read Clearwater every month. I got
really.
I read Clearwater every month because I can't read like that, but that book feels so good to my spirit.
Hmm.
Like I reread Clearwater every month, and I was like, "Oh, I cannot wait to meet her. I'm excited. I'm gonna be fangirling
You know,
real
that
bad."
was like an absolute fluke. Like, it was just originally, they probably gonna get mad at me. Originally, it was like I loved her book. I just want to talk about it. Like, I wanted to just talk about, I just want to talk about it. And it turned into, oh, I invited Nina. And I was like, wait, that ain't wasn't we were supposed to just like girl talk.
Yeah,
But the flip side of that was she mentioned that if I ever did anything, it would be indie love. And it was like, wait, what you say? What you said?
that's how you.
Oh, girl, look for something in the mail. Trust me.
Yes,
So I know people always think, oh, she only invites her friends. It's a whole lot of y'all. It's a whole lot of y'all that I be trying to, navigate and get in and then I do watch social media. And if you a troublemaker, I'll put it out there. No, because that's not what we do over here.
I get it.
And
Like,
then I be trying to be fair, I try to give everybody at least 2 years. And I've said this in groups. And if you haven't watched it on YouTube, 2025, I'm inviting everybody that has ever done indie love. I'm inviting everybody. So it's gonna be huge for 2025.
I love
Um, so anybody that's like, well, I ain't been in a couple of years, you coming back. But I just have to try to navigate. And it's like every time you turn around, somebody new is popping up and it's good work. And it's,
yes,
so you try, it's like I say, indie love is a beast of a good beast. It's not a bad
yes,
beast. It's a good beast within itself. So I don't ever want anybody to think, I mean, despite the narrative of she only invites her friends, it don't be that. It really don't. I have a method to my madness. And when you ask me, well, what is your vetting process? I'm not what I look like. I'm not telling you that. Why would I say? Why
yeah,
would I tell you that?
right.
Anyway,
That's your business.
that's my little spiel. I'm looking forward. I haven't got my ticket, but I'm trying to come to you all's event. I promise. My life is just,
Thank
I
you.
just don't know what tomorrow holds.
We appreciate it that you even thought
No,
that you would need to come because it was such. We was like when me and Kimberly talk, and we hang out all the time. Me and Kimberly, because she down the street. And me and her, we get up, we talk, and we were just like, girl, we should do it. They don't never throw nothing here in Columbia. They don't never do nothing here.
Ever.
And I was like, we don't. We always have to ride to Atlanta or we gotta go to Charlotte. Like, you know what I mean? That's all we do. We go to other places. And I was like, girl, let's do something here. Let's see if it's some other authors that live in South Carolina. So that's literally what it started with. Like we was looking for authors that lived in Columbia, and we ended
Mhm.
up finding so many people that live in South Carolina. And that's
We
what
did. We weren't
majority
able
of
to get them all, but
we wasn't able to get everybody, but the majority, the bulk of the authors on that list live in South Carolina or at least an hour or two away from it. And
And that's amazing. That's why I always say it's room. There's no need for
yeah,
to throw shade on somebody else's event. Low key, high key, however, because
yeah,
it's enough room at the table for everybody to do. Like if you can,
getting the
I
knowledge.
get right. I get when you gonna come to DC? No, when you gonna get on a plane and come to Atlanta? That's my.
Somebody in DC need to throw one then, like for that area. Like, just
And I don't believe in stepping on toes. So like, oh, when you gonna come to New York? Behind the Pen is in New York. It's amazing. I've gone.
go to that.
Go. So yeah,
It's
I
a
I,
beautiful
I
thing.
get it.
We just trying to expand and let people know that indie romance is there. If
Yes,
they don't know about it, they do now. And they
right,
will know. So
right. So I'm trying. I'm trying. Just
well, we hope to see you.
we
I'm
do.
just if I get in your if when you sell out and I get in your inbox like people do me, I know y'all got one. Y'all got.
Now you already know.
I get that all the time. I know you got one. Just so.
You already know. You slide in my inbox, we'll make it happen. But I do want to say this though. I am going to get these women together for another project. We are going to do it because I already made the covers.
Yeah,
What I say?
I already
you
made
said
the
it.
covers. Like
You said it.
they are already done. Okay. I mean they already done.
She
If I
knows we're
could
gonna
get
do it.
them, if I could get them for two projects next year, but these folks they busy. I gotta be thankful for one.
She don't care about nobody being busy. Hey sis, you busy? What?
It don't
I
I
matter.
explain
think
to me what busy is, because I am actually doing something that doesn't stop us ever from getting on a video chat. So what exactly are
yeah.
you asking me?
I ask that all the time.
Like, call
I be
me.
being
I like just call
respectful.
me.
I be respectful of their time. They'll all tell you, are you doing something? Are you busy? Can I
I
call
was
you?
trying to call you.
Look, like I said before, that's amazing that you. I mean, and it's a wonderful thing to have a tribe of women that you can get to, you can communicate with. I need your help. I need you to,
Hmm.
look at this.
Yeah.
Just your tribe. And I encourage everybody to find their tribe. I was blessed because of indie love that I was able to tap into some people.
Hmm.
Monica clowned and said I gave her 5 pages when I first started. And she was another one that was like, how are you writing? Stay on. What are you doing? And it's like, yeah, I am, but they don't understand how much I appreciate because I be like, I'm not coming to you as Indie Love. I'm coming to you as Josh Renee. And if you say Josh Renee, get the hell out of here, I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm let me go on about my business. So, but I appreciate it. So I always want to encourage people, if you find a tribe. I hear artists all the time, I haven't found my group. Just keep trying. They're out there. They are out there to support you and be there for you. But if you ratchet, of course everybody gonna be like, oh, I don't know. I'm not connecting myself with somebody that's cussing other authors out and throwing shade and all of that. No, you gotta be humble when you come into this
You
game
gotta
first.
surround yourself with where you want to be.
Right. And
Be
with
around
positive
people
people.
and positive folks. We have a good time. So I can't wait to do something else with them. I mean, we have beyond a good time. We still got our group chat.
Yeah,
We have too much fun. We have a great time in there. But
that
when
is
y'all see
good.
the next set of covers, y'all gonna be blown
They're gonna
away.
be ready. They're gonna be ready for it.
Let me tell you something. The covers are gorgeous. Very much so. I would say that. Very
She's
much.
selling y'all on it already.
Look, I'm
Listen,
waiting for you to drop it in the chat now.
they are gorgeous. I'm telling y'all. Ah,
Well, this has been amazing. I appreciate it so much for you taking some time out of your evening. I had to slide in Aisha's like, listen, I want to talk to y'all about these books. And I behaved myself to be honest with you, because normally if it's one-on-one, I'm gonna talk about every last story, every last scene, everything. But I didn't want, since it's open and on the main page, I ain't want to drop too many spoilers and do that. But just know I enjoyed every last one of them. Monica's made me a little mad, and I said only Monica gonna be different, but
Only Monica. And I love that about her.
I loved it. I
listen,
loved it.
Thank you.
I truly
I
did.
love you,
Yeah.
Monica.
So you ladies have a great. Well, hold on, don't y'all jump off yet. Thank you all for those who watched. I might. I'll probably take it down from here and put it on the YouTube channel. I'll leave it up tonight, so we can go back through. But then it'll be on the YouTube channel, and I will send Aisha the link because I don't have everybody else's. I got 3 of y'all's information, but I'll just send it to Aisha, and she can shoot it out. And feel free to share it as much as you want to. Share it on your pages. I'm not picky like that at all. So, you ladies have those who are watching, you all have a great evening, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.